I see him as an underdog. Pinoy ako eh, parang I like to root for the underdog, you know. Nagde-dribble nga ako. Sabi niya sa akin, uy, nice handles.
Sabi niya sa'yo?
Sabi niya sa'yo?
Oo, sabi niya. Sabi ko, hindi nga. I was happy to share them. Yeah. Parang parang nakakataba ng puso when you give someone a floor to showcase their talents, their content.
Clutch moments ba ang usapan? Whether it's on the court or in the game of life, hihimayin natin yan. Kasama sina Eruption at si Denise Tan. Tara at pag-usapan ang mga make or break stories dito lang sa Clutch Talks. Powered by Sports Plus. Easy lang.
Okay, another episode here on Clutch Talks. My name is Denise Tan, together with
Eric Eruption Tai, and here we discuss the moments in your life, things that were your eye-openers, turning points, at syempre, yung clutch moments ng iyong buhay. And today, we have a very, very special guest at kilala nyo siya, especially in the basketball world, right? Speaking of basketball world, have you ever been a fan of any huge basketball player or volleyball player?
No. So, people know me as somebody who played volleyball back in the day. Wag na nating i-mention.
Ngayon din. Sometimes.
Leisure. Wala na. But I actually grew up playing basketball. My brother tried to teach me basketball. So I was a fan of the 90s Bulls.
Matangkad ka kasi.
Oo.
Right?
Tsaka I was kind of a tomboy growing up. Like
really?
I wasn't afraid of like, alam mo yun? Diba sabi ko nga sa'yo, gusto ko ma-experience mag-tackle eh. Kaya gusto ko mag-try mag-rugby.
Mamaya.
Yeah, but that's a different discussion. But anyway, so fan ako ng basketball. 90s Bulls, fan of the PBA, sila Coach Olsen, yung San Miguel 2000s.
Yes.
I'm sure our guest can relate here. Pero yeah, so ang maganda dito ang transition, Eric, is us as a fan, and you're a basketball fan as well, and how we integrated or we managed to integrate ourselves into that world.
And especially back, just one little moment I'm the biggest fan of LeBron James. He actually came in 2013, if I'm correct. And just to see him play in person. And he just moved to Miami. And I knew he had a chip on his shoulder that he had to prove to the fans that, hey, I got to get a chip. I got to get a championship. And it was just one of the best things to see. I was in awe when I saw him. And I didn't get to shake his hand, but I was that close. And I was like, LeBron!
I actually had that moment back in the World Cup. I saw Dirk Nowitzki coming.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to introduce myself. I don't know if I could get to interview him. I actually did.
You did?
But I was like, 3, 2, 1. Hi, my name is Denise.
And then he responded obviously well, right?
Oh, yeah. He was so nice about it. But yan yung topic natin today. How you, from a fan, you work your way into meeting those idols and getting the opportunity to be in that world. And now, without further ado, Eric.
Yes, this is it. We're going into our juicy part and meeting our special guest. He is the face behind Hoop Junkie. All right. And he goes by the name of Pat. Patrick, welcome to Clutch Talks and Hoop Junkie. Man, let's just get started. How did you get into where you are now? Because it's hard. Mahirap yung gawin yung content na hindi yung mukha mo yung una, right? It started with you and being a huge fan. So take it away.
Thank you guys for having me. So when I started Hoop Junkie, wala talagang like I started with my phone and just myself releasing content and
What year was this?
This was in 2018. Yeah.
Ay, matagal na.
So matagal na rin.
8 years.
Mga 7 years na.
7 years.
So, wala. When I started, parang wala akong goal. I was just looking for something, a platform where I can release my thoughts. Alam mo yun, parang labas ko yung ideas ko as a basketball fan. So, parang yun yung safe haven ko. And hindi ko pa nilalabas yung mukha ko nun. So, it was just me. And sharing highlights to my friends, ganun. Hindi ko pa nilalabas yung name ko. And yeah, that's how it started.
Okay, so back in 2018, Instagram ba kagad or was there a different platform? Twitter pa nun diba? Ano ba yung nauna?
Nauna, Instagram talaga.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Pero let's talk about the name, Hoop Junkie. Ikaw ba meron kang listahan na pinagpilian ng mga names or was it just like, oh, this one's good?
Actually, itong Hoop Junkie, yung name, I kept hearing it when I was a kid sa BTV. So I got it from Gino Rufino. So pag
Chino
Rufino, yeah. So when he starts his segment sa mga show, sabi niya, hey, what's up, Hoop Junkies? So yun, parang the name got stuck. And I think it was a perfect name for me kasi sobrang addict ko sa basketball. Parang everyday, yun yung nasa isip ko. So yeah, I think that was perfect for the platform.
Sorry, when you said addict ka sa basketball, as in day in, day out, gumigising ng madaling araw para manood ng international games, naglalaro ka rin, tell us about it.
Yeah, so nagsimula yan when I was a kid. Actually, late na nga ako nag-start siguro mga 2004. So I was like 12 years old na. So I watched the Detroit Pistons win the NBA championship against the Lakers. So, hindi ako Laker fan I rooted for Detroit that time. So, that's where it started.
Grabe, those were the days. Back then, who was playing in the Lakers or who was playing in Detroit?
It was Ben Wallace, Rashid,
that team.
Tayshaun, Billups, Richard Hamilton. So, yun yung starting five ng Detroit. And for the Lakers, they had the old starting lineup with Gary Payton, Karl Malone. So they went to the Lakers parang gusto nilang humabol, get a chip before they retire. And of course, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and Rick Fox.
Actually, tinitesting lang kita doon kung sino yung mga players. So guys, you already know, talagang legit, hindi lang basketball fan. He knows his stuff, right? He's a hoop junkie. So, man, that was a championship that Lakers were supposed to win.
Yeah.
Right? But obviously, I loved Peyton and also Karl Malone, the mailman. We really wanted him to get a chip, but it didn't work out and they retired.
Yeah.
They retired after that. So, speaking of basketball, who is your favorite player that really got you in there? Who is you? I don't want to say who's your GOAT yet, pero who was your favorite player that really got you into basketball?
Yeah, that's tough. Siguro, very dark horse pick. And when you ask people, they don't really say this, pero si Ben Wallace talaga yung...
Talaga?
Yeah, si Ben Wallace.
What about, dito, local?
Local, probably Don Hontiveros. Yeah.
Man, he's the man.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's a good player. Whenever I see him, he's good vibes din si Don.
Oh.
But question, why did you say Wallace?
Wallace kasi siguro I see him as an underdog. Pinoy ako parang I like to root for the underdog, He was not drafted, so he was signed as a free agent in the NBA and he really worked his way up to the ladder to become an all-star and eventually an NBA Hall of Famer. And yung skill set niya parang
complete.
Diba? Yeah, he's not skilled as a player. Talagang I don't think players like that even exist nowadays. Parang extinct na sila pero before you could really work your way up by being a hard worker. Yeah.
So parang hard work beats skill. And that's something that I go for every day, when my mindset is you could be skillful, but if you don't train it, baliwala yun. You're gonna, there's no improvement or there's no progression. But if you keep working, as you said, you put in the hard work, you're gonna get there talaga.
Yeah.
So
sorry, I was just trying to look up Don Hontiveros kung ano siya, pang ilang pick siya sa PBA. What's the reason ba behind picking Don naman?
Si Don naman, when I played in high school, shooting guard kasi yung laro ko So I look for guards that I could emulate. And si Don kasi grabe yung shooting stroke niya. Although I don't shoot like him at all, pero it's parang maganda siyang template na itignan tsaka i-study. And I've met him years later when I started Hoop Junkie. So, syempre, I tried to act cool, di ba? Di pwede mag-fanboy. Pero, yeah, he was so nice.
It's so funny, no, na when you're at that point na parang na-meet mo na yung idol mo. You gotta stay professional. If I may share, so there was a time, because earlier I told you, di ba, fan ako nung San Miguel, mga 2000 era. So that was Coach Olsen, Danny Ildefonso, Danny Siegel, mga Raise the Roof. Nakasama ko sa bubble ngayon, si Danny Ai. Tapos, sabi ko, Coach, baka pwede ka interviewin. Sabi niya, sige, sis.
Sis talaga, sis. Galing.
Nakilig ako kasi parang, uy, rubbing elbows na tayo, close na tayo, sis na yung tawagan natin. But, thank you, Coach. Siyempre, professional ka na, but deep inside, Raise the Roof, Danny Ai. Sis do.
Solid yun. Buti hindi ka na pag ganun.
So how did you feel? Like your heartbeat was like 170 na agad? So, like,
kinilig ako. Kinilig ako kasi nga, syempre, my brother was a basketball player. I grew up watching basketball. And this was somebody I looked up to na parang, he's so humble. Ang galing-galing niya. And then I get to sit down with him. He was very open about his journey, about his family, his career. So parang getting to know another side of this athlete. Kasi what we tend to forget, for the athletes, akala nila athletes sila, public personality lang sila. But they have their own lives also outside of basketball. So it was really nice for me to get to experience that. Yun lang.
No, great share. Great share. That's one moment you'll never forget. Actually, speaking of him, his sons are dominating right now.
Sila Dave and Sean. Yeah,
they're killing it right now. Oh my gosh. So where were we? So let's go back to Pat. So when in 2018 all the way to pandemic years, what was driving you to keep on going? Like really, what was your motivation? Is there someone that you try to emulate as well? And did you do it all yourself? Like sa pag-edit and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah. So when it was 2020 nung pandemic, so the world shut down, diba? So I had nothing to do. And ito yung parang naging platform ko na na-realize ko, walang liga, walang
no content.
No
really?
content.
Oh.
Yeah. So naisip ko, why not share yung videos ng mga followers ko? So yun yung siguro naging driver ko during the pandemic. And parang it caught on. So sinasabay ko yung content from the past, PBA, NBA, and then I share some of the highlights of my followers. So yun, parang pumatok siya nung pandemic.
Nag-share ka ba ng video ko?
Oo.
Naalala ko bigla. Now I remember because we talk about the pandemic. Anyway, ibang ano yan?
Yeah. Ibang sport.
Yung binalya ko yung pamangkin kong mali. Anyway, okay. So,
ginanon mo siya?
Hindi kasi I have a nephew. He was 5 at that time. Tapos tinuturuan siya ng kapatid ko to parang medyo mas, ano ba tawag doon? Mas to stick up for himself or whatever. Or mas madepensa.
Yes,
so I was kind of doing
showing him how it's done. Right?
Tapos in the end, I cackled in the end. So, anyway, it's not about me. Okay, balik tayo sa'yo.
Parang lumabas yung pagka-competitive mo dun.
Oo. Pero hindi, naalala ko lang kasi bigla. So, parang may nag-share ng video ko ng pandemic.
No, but that's an example of he shares everyone's content. And it gives privilege to those that naggumawa ng content. Uy, nasa Hoop Junkie ako. Sige, panoorin nito. Share. And that I think that's one great thing that you did was you helped other content creators or small-time basketball players who probably don't even have any following, and then biglang na-share mo or na-feature mo sila, and man, that feels like over the moon to them, right?
Yeah, and I was happy to share them. Yeah. Parang parang nakakataba ng puso when you give someone a floor to showcase their talents, their content. So, yeah. Parang it's one of the drivers of Hoop Junkie.
Meron ka na bang experience that a follower or somebody you posted reached out to you and told you na, uy, may opportunity akong bago or mas nag-open yung doors for me when you started sharing my video? May ganun na ba?
Oo. So, si Jai Reyes, who is now the UAAP commissioner, so nag-start kami niyan. We were talking on Hoop Junkie like, bro, baka pwede mo share highlights ko, ganyan. And then, nag-start na kami to work together sa MPBL when he had a team. So I was handling their social media page, yung Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. And then we made a league called Phil Basket, and now it's Asia Basket. So we're trying to make new rules, like you can have 2 foreign imports playing in your team, Asian imports as well. Then we had a college campus tour recently, so a few months ago. So college teams can play home and away games, something na not really done in the UAAP or NCAA. So yeah, si Jai. Yeah. Shout out to my guy Jai.
Hey, shout out to Jai.
Yeah, and congratulations, grabe.
And now he is the sports commissioner of
The UAAP.
UAAP.
Man. That's big moves right there.
Yeah.
Huge respect. And then dun nagsimula on how you guys just started just like chatting, and then next thing you know, fast forward how many years?
So that was 2019 when I first chatted with him.
And then fast forward 6 years, he is the UAAP commissioner. That is just crazy.
Congrats, Jai.
Good job.
Okay, so going back to that league that you put up with Jai, how was that like for you? From being a basketball fan, a hoop junkie, to creating an own league, making new rules and such. Yun ba yung time na parang na-feel mo, oy, teka, parang feel ko, big break na to, ito na yun. I made it. Yun na ba yun for you?
To be honest, parang di pa rin ako makapaniwala ngayon kasi I started on my phone, sharing highlights with my friends, and then now I get to meet my idols. Dati si Denise, napapanood ko lang yun sa TV, pero ngayon, di ba?
Anong taon to? Anong taon to? Anong taon ba to?
And Eric, nakikita ko siya sa TikTok dati, sumasayaw. Yun, so,
Kembuta na. Actually, you shared some of my stuff, kaya I'm very, very appreciative. You know, iba talaga yung feeling when someone shares your stuff and someone that's known. And I remember one time during my Ting Ting season in 2022, and we were somewhere in Mindanao. And before it, I did the Ting Ting, and lahat kami naka-basketball gear eh. Kami mga celebrities, Joros, Gamboa, Marco Alcaraz, and so forth. And then when I did that, I think all the platforms here in the Philippines shared it, pero FIBA shared it, Worldwide shared it, Sports Center shared it, and
wow, grabe, no?
all the big, huge basketball fans, and the comments were amazing. It's because they're funny, like, oh, this is the winning team. This is what they do before they win. This is actually how they train, warm up. Oh yeah, it was just amazing, and that feeling of being a fan and being featured on a known platform is just a surreal feeling. You know, I share it with my family, my friends. Mom, Dad, I'm here on Sports Center, or I'm here on Hoop Junkie. You know,
Mom, I made it.
Yeah, I made it. I did it. So I think it's just a crazy feeling, and I'm sure it happens to you a lot now. Parang wala na. Like Hoop Junkie gets featured on all the biggest basketball platforms. And how does that feel for you?
Yeah, nagugulat ako syempre, and at the same time, parang it's a childhood dream fulfilled siguro. Like meeting NBA players. Like if you told me 7 years ago when I started Hoop Junkie, I would have told you were crazy, diba? Sa China, I was able to meet and train with Steph Curry and Anthony Edwards, diba? So wala eh. So,
sige, elaborate lang.
Yeah.
Sige, para mas inggit kami. Go. Elaborate on how was your experience with Curry? Because that was just recent. A month, 2 months ago or something like that. And also Anthony Edwards. Yeah.
So for the Steph Curry, Under Armour brought me to Chongqing, China to cover the event. So they brought EJ Castillo, who's one of one of the upcoming rookies sa NCAA. So he plays like Kobe. So ang galing niya. You have to check him out. Tapos si Koji Buenaflor. So UST. Hey, UST. So he's a 6'7" small forward who can take the ball out of the floor, score in the perimeter. Galing. So these guys, sila yung pinadala ng Under Armour sa China. And I was there to cover them, showcase their talents in front of Steph Curry and the crazy Chinese basketball fans.
Oh yeah, they're
Grabe
crazy
sila
out there.
dun. Grabe sila dun. So I told my friends back here, akala nyo baliw tayo sa basketball. Grabe, baliw din sila dun. And nakikita ko, everybody has the Steph Curry jerseys. Dun sa Curry Con event. So para siyang fair. And everybody was wearing NBA gear, Curry jerseys. Ang galing. Parang, I know why the NBA is there. Grabe yung buying power nung mga Chinese Chinese fans.
So how was it to meet Curry and to just basically chill with him? Were you able to interview him as well?
No, pero I was there was a media camp where certain creators or media people can go sa court to train with him. And pare, grabe, I was just in awe. Palapit pa lang kami sa court, parang shit, nararamdaman ko nandito na siya. And nararamdaman ko na yung
May ano ba?
yung
May
aura.
halo ba? May parang may presence, ganun?
Oh, actually may video ako nun. I'll share it to you later. Parang palapit pa lang kami sa court, naririnig namin yung bola nagbabounce. And parang sabi ko sa kasama ko na siya na yun.
Siya na yun. That feeling, right? Like, he's there, man.
Yeah, he's there.
Ano yun?
Siya na yun. And so yeah, nakita na namin. And you know what he does? He was shooting these crazy jumpers from half court. And talagang pumapasok yung shots, you know.
So it's for real.
Oh,
You got to see him in the
totoo na
flesh.
to.
Totoo talaga yung
Totoo
mga...
na.
Wow.
Sorry,
Yeah.
nag-training din kayo?
Yeah.
Nag-drills kayo, right?
Yes, yes.
Nakilaro kayo? Nakakakaba ba to play with them?
Oo, kasi syempre.
Anong feeling? Okay, sorry. May balanse ba ng... Baka may sabihin akong ano. May balanse ba ng I can't F this up?
Yeah.
Tas merong, teka, papakitaan ko nga to. May ganun ba? Ano ba yung feeling?
Sobrang kabado ako nun. And hindi na kasi ako masyadong naglalaro compared to before. So yung aspect na yun, nandun ako sa beginner side ng court compared dun sa, kasi sineperate nila yung mga beginners tsaka siguro advanced players. So sabi ko, ayoko dun na lang ako sa beginners.
Sa beginners na lang.
Pwede
Para
ka
safe.
pumili.
Para
Pwede
safe.
ako pumili para safe. Nagkataon, si Seth Curry, yung kapatid niya, nandun sa advance. Si Steph, pumunta siya dun
Sa
sa
beginners.
beginners.
Oh.
So sakto.
Oh.
And sabi ko dun sa kasama ko, my guy JP from Under Armour, sabi ko, boss, dikit ako kay Curry. Make sure na sama mo ako sa frame. And syempre, di ba?
Okay.
Of course.
Content creator.
Ayusin mo yung shot mo, ha?
Oo.
Yeah, parang ganun.
Yeah, and talagang nanginginig ako sa court, guys. Pero, masaya.
Whoops! Teka lang! Di kailangang clutch ang pakikinig sa podcast na ito. It's the crucial moments that count. Kaya make this moment count with Sports Plus. Visit sportsplus.ph now. Dahil easy lang ang mag-sign up. Huwag ring kalimutang mag-like, follow at subscribe sa socials ng Clutch Talks.
Sana uma-ankle breaker.
Yeah. At least you got some shots in and everything. And then, syempre, after your shot, you're like, where's Curry? Ayan, he saw me, parang ganun. How did you feel like that?
And yung nagde-dribble nga ako, sabi niya sa akin, uy, nice handles.
Sabi niya sa'yo?
Sabi niya sa'yo?
Oo, sabi niya. Sabi ko, hindi nga.
Wow!
Yeah.
Naka-respond ka talaga? Nakasagot ka?
Ay, hindi eh. Nagulat na lang
Oo.
ako. So, para siyang like, pangyayari na it happened tapos hindi ka makareact. Ganun.
Yung parang,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Salamat po.
Yes.
But okay, that experience obviously would stay with you for a very, very long time. Pero would you say na yun na yung like pinaka-highlight of you being a basketball fan?
Siguro, pinaka-highlight for me, for Hoop Junkie as a platform is giving a shine or light sa mga high school players dito na hindi pa ganun kasikat and giving them a platform to showcase their talents. Tapos makikita mo na lang sila, they're in Gilas, Pilipinas na and yun talaga parang
Sorry, can you name a few?
Yeah, Kai Soto, Kevin Kiambao, Carl Tamayo.
Wow, this goes
so
on.
I've been covering them since they were kids basically and grabe, nanda ako na. And now, nandun na sila, playing abroad, playing Korea, Japan, Gilas.
Sheesh, bro. You really helped them, and that's the day and age we live in now. It's digital, right? And these platforms are the ones that open the doors to these young kids. Well, they're not young anymore and for the future generation, right? So I think it's amazing what you've done. And the fact that we gave you what is your clutch moment, that question from Denise, your clutch moment for you was giving back. And that's the great thing about you, Pat. So talagang respeto, man. I tip my hat off to you, man.
Appreciate it, bro. Yeah.
But speaking of that, those clutch moments, what is one of the moments in your career as a hoop junkie that was the real turning point that made you say that eto na talaga yun, that made you push you to the next level?
You're saying big break for Hoop Junkie?
Yeah.
Siguro when PBA players started to post my content, not my content, pero sharing highlights from the Hoop Junkie page, ganyan. So, yun talaga yung turning point. Sila, Diego Dario, he's one of the first players who followed me. Mike De Gregorio. So, shout out Mike. And dun talaga nagsimula yun.
Okay, I wanted to ask you kasi as with every, content creator, laging merong positive and negative. And were there times na nakakakuha ka rin ng negative feedback with the content that you would post? Because, everybody knows na meron din content minsan you'd show kunyari may gulo somewhere in certain leagues or, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Meron ba mga negative din na umaabot sa'yo?
Meron din mga content na negative, ganun ba?
Feedback.
Meron din. Siguro, there was this one guy who used a dummy account. Tapos hinaharas niya talaga ako.
As in?
Anong mga sinasabi?
Sabi niya, pangit mo, ganun mag-post, ganyan. Tapos, walang kwento yung mga sinasabi mo, opinions mo, ganyan. And, wala, di ko lang pinansin. Binlock ko na lang. And, I just continued posting what I like.
Di ba kahit ang sinishare mo positive, walang, negative or anything. And then people will want to see that side of like, hey, you're doing wrong. There's always going to be haters, no? No matter what, kung kahit mabuti ang ginagawa mo.
Yeah,
right? And that's how you feel, right? You just block them and then...
Just block it and continue with my day. Pero, aside from that, parang wala naman masyadong negative or siguro mga trash talk between friends. Yun, common yun. Yeah.
So hindi mahaba yung block list kagaya natin.
Sa akin mahaba kasi yung block list ko eh.
Block.
Pero have you encountered any struggles since you started Hoop Junkie, or maybe you had to balance things with your personal life? Kasabay ng, you're traveling now for work.
Siguro, parang challenge ko ngayon is, like, ang dami ko na rin ginagawa. So, I have to juggle family time na rin. With my girlfriend, family. So, aside from that, pinapakita ko na yung face ko eh. So,
okay. Let's get into that.
Okay.
Sorry, because 2018, I remember you. Up until the pandemic, I think nung pandemic, hindi ka pa nagpapakita ng Hindi pa masyado.
Hindi pa masyado.
When did you decide that, wait lang, I'm gonna put a face on Hoop Junkie? And ano yung thought process behind that?
Yeah, so back in 2018 to 2021, hindi ko pinapakita yung mukha ko eh. So, iniisip ko like, hindi naman ako talaga yung bida dito. So, I was there to feature players, ganyan. And noong 2022, there was a press conference for Kai Soto. And kailangan mag-on-cam kami dun. And kasama ko dun mga people from the media, people who I talked to sa traditional media.
I think I remember that as well.
And like, yun, pinakita ko yung mukha ko and sobrang nagulat sila lahat. Oh, siya pala si Hoop Junkie, ganyan. So, yeah, that's where I first showed my face.
Siguro because you were at an event din, no? So you really got to put something.
And pag may mga event, like sa Nike, like sinasabi ko, okay lang, di na ako pupunta. Pag ini-invite nila ako sa events before kasi hindi ko pinapakita yung mukha ko. So, yun, nag-start na akong lumabas sa events after the pandemic na. Yeah.
Meron bang sense of relief, parang ganyan, na hindi na siya dalawang tao? Parang, ako na yon, ako si Pat, ako si Hoop Junkie.
To be honest, parang result lang siya nung pandemic kung bakit ko pinakita yung face ko. Siguro pag hindi nangyari yun, like, it would still be the same. Pero I was thankful that happened kasi it opened opportunities na din for me. Like, I was able to meet NBA players, di ba?
And us too.
Yeah.
I mean, no, not you meeting us, but I personally would love to have a face dun sa Hoop Junkie because we were talking na even before I got to know you and meet you in person, di ba?
Yeah, we were chatting.
Oh, we were chatting a bit. And for sure, see Eric, I've seen you
when
also.
we met at the TikTok event.
Yes.
The basketball TikTok event.
Don't worry, hindi ko naman sinabi na pati kami. Para ma-meet mo kami. Hindi naman ako ganun ka-feeling. But, okay, sige, let's jump from your career to your personal life a bit. We know you're a big fan of basketball, but what else do you do outside of making content? How do you relax? How do you just take us through your day, basically?
Yeah. So, in the morning, nagsisimula na ako to think of content for the rest of the day. Tas,
every day to?
Nung pandemic, every day. Like, I had the schedule, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9 p.m. Dapat may posting ako niyan. So, pinaprepare ko siya the day before. Or if merong mga biglaan na like
something
events,
happened,
news, kailangan prepared ako, naka-ready na yung graphics ko. So, yeah.
Ikaw din yung gumagawa?
Nung pandemic, ako yung gumagawa. Yeah.
Pero ngayon
may nag-e-edit na sa akin.
Galing.
Pero,
may team na siya.
Ano, diba?
Pero ako pa rin yung may hawak ng account. Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, so yun, may schedule ako nung pandemic and parang siguro yung consistency na everyday nagpo-post and nakikipag-communicate with the community. I think that helped me elevate the page.
How do you do that? How do you communicate with your community? Do you have a GC or do you just chat back to them? Or?
Actually, wala akong GC. Pero one of the drivers of the account on how paano ko siya napalaki is I really chatted with my followers, people who follow the account. Pag meron silang comments about certain play or highlight, nire-replyan ko talaga sila kasi they took their time to message you, comment on your post. Parang respeto lang yun. Like, I have to reply to them and diba? That's how you grow the community. And that's how I grew Hoop Junkie. Yeah.
It takes time, to reply to
I know.
all those comments.
Oo. Kaya nga, that's why I was asking you, what do you do outside of those times that you have to? Kasi basically, you are growing a community, pero syempre parang medyo kung i-categorize mo yun, nasa work side pa rin yun eh. Yung personal, how do you take care of yourself?
Take care of myself. Medyo matagal na ako hindi nag-work. Oo. Pero, I have to get back to playing Denise kasi ni-invite ako sa mga events. So siguro sa personal life ko, basketball pa din.
Totoo ba?
Oo. Pero yeah, what do I do for fun? siguro hanging
play
out
any games
with my
or-
friends, watching other sports. Yeah, nunod akong F1. Nunod ako ng baseball. Ano pa ba?
Baseball.
Baseball.
Wow.
Sorry, I
Ah.
played baseball. I played baseball.
Talaga?
Ang sarap niyang laruin.
Oh, yeah.
It's so boring to watch. Sorry sa mga baseball fans.
Yeah.
But ang haba eh. Hindi ka na babato.
Siguro more on siguro highlights, stats. Tapos
hindi yung buong game.
Hindi yung buong game. Pero stats-oriented kasi yung baseball, parang basketball. So, doon ako may pagka-nerd checking the stats, comparing players, ganyan. Tapos balik tayo sa personal life.
Yes.
Siguro hanging out with my family kasi very busy ako with Hoop Junkie. So, yung free time ko is family time na talaga. Hanging out with my mom, yan, my brother. Kasi yung dad ko and brother ko nasa Hong Kong na. So, minsan pumupunta ako doon or in rare stands pumupunta sila dito. We hang out here.
How is the family taking all of everything that's happening to you na personality ka? Sorry, ang dami natin na pag-usapan, no? Kung hindi ka Hoop Junkie, what are you now?
When I started Hoop Junkie, I was working in corporate eh.
Okay, in Corp. As what?
I was working for Honda Philippines. So, dun sa head office nila. And siguro, if it weren't for Hoop Junkie, siguro, nandun pa rin ako.
Nandun ka. In Corp life.
Yeah.
So, how's the family taking, dealing with everything? Ano yung reaction nila from being an office man, tas ngayon, public personality, public figure ka na?
Yeah. So, minsan sa mall kasi people will ask for pictures, ganun. So, nagugulat sila. Parang, nagpapapicture na kay Pat. Yeah.
Nice one, Pat.
Yeah. Nice one, Pat. And, syempre ako nagugulat pa din ako kasi hindi ko naman pinapakita masyado yung face ko. And
Speaking of career, do you like to, or would you think that this is profitable, what you've done, in terms of investment, meaning like for equipment and everything like that, so that the people out there know, like, siguro magsisimula din sila ng ganitong platform. Like, is it expensive to be who you are?
when I started the page, it was just my phone and siguro sweat equity lang talaga, like yung hard work. That's how I started the account. Pero ngayon, yung mga upcoming na content creators, grabe na yung gear nila.
Yeah.
They have all these high-level equipment, cameras, microphone. Pero if you want to start on basketball content or any other content, di mo kailangan ng expensive equipment. Sure, you can use that pag may community ka na na-build. Pero to start a community, you just have to, you know, like what I said kanina, communicate with your followers,
fans,
di ba? Comment ka sa kanila. They're like your friends, basically. They are your friends na
With a common belief or common liking.
common interest.
Yeah, interest.
So yun. You don't need to have those equipments to start.
Yeah. Tsaka actually the most expensive thing there is your time, the effort that you put in.
Exactly.
Diba?
Definitely.
Okay. So, jump tayo from, you talked about being in China. You World Cup also, you were there. Can we talk about also, I guess, yung nangyayari here in the Philippines? Because I remember when I first saw your content, madaming mga NBA highlights, some PBA highlights, but you're also posting about women's basketball.
Yeah.
Diba? Can you share more about that? Kasi dito sa Pilipinas, let's face it, they're not getting the same kind of support as opposed to as compared to men's basketball.
Yeah. And sobrang natutuwa ako now kasi women's basketball, parang nagkakaroon na ng trend upward. So people are now sharing, showcasing women hoopers, and maraming magagaling dito. Like for example, yesterday, Tiffany Reyes, yung anak ni
Yes.
Yung
JR
three-point
Reyes,
shot, right?
she
Classic.
shot the game-winning buzzer beater against Korea sa FIBA Asia Under-16. So, actually played with Tiffany sa Nike event dati. She was 14 years old back then, tas pinapanis niya kami. Like, talagang sobrang talented niya. And
She was already good at 14.
yeah, you know,
Wow.
and naging kakampi ko siya sa game na yun. So, pag kailangan namin ng bucket, pinapasa lang namin yung bola sa kanya tapos siya yung gumagawa. And pinapanis niya mga 30 plus na, mga 30-year-old grown men, pinapanis
wow.
niya.
Because you see the shot, huh? Medyo difficult din eh. How she was taking it from the 3-point line. Last 4 seconds to go. Drives in. Gets up a shot but fakes it. And then shoots it after. Medyo clutch moment talaga yun eh.
What I like about that shot, hindi siya nagmamadali eh.
Yeah.
She took her time.
Yeah.
You know, when she got the ball sa handoff, pumunta siya dun sa top of the key. You know, nag-settle siya ng onte, tapos nag-fake siya, tapos yun, she shot
Bam.
the game winner. Galing.
Sanay na sanay. You know, if I can just look up the video, share ko sa'yo para baka you can share also. Meron akong video ni Tiffany actually when she was like this big, mga 4 or 5 years old.
What?
Yeah. Warm up nila JR Reyes. Hindi ko maalala kung nasang team si JR nun, pero nakikilaro siya, nakiki-warm up siya. I'll look for that video. I'll try to send it to you. But, okay, so women's basketball, do you think in the last couple of years, malaki na yung growth ng women's basketball, especially since a lot of people like you have been, you know, supporting them also?
Yeah. Grabe yung rise ng women's basketball, you know, especially in the US, di ba? Certain players who got heavily featured sa NCAA tournament like Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. You know, there's a new player for the Dallas Wings. What's his name, Eric? What's her name? Paige.
Yeah, Paige.
Yeah, si Paige, she's been killing it in the WNBA. And yeah, really happy for the movement. Yung mga national team players natin sa Gilas, they've been killing it as well. So,
you know what? I think it's about time. I mean, I know the NBA players and also NBA have always been trying to support the WNBA, but it really has shown that it really depends on the player, or what player comes in. Like CC came in, Reese. They're the ones who really propelled the WNBA in recent years, right? In the last 2 years. And that's given opportunity for women's basketball all around the world. You know, I hate to say it that it's always about the NBA and WNBA, but they are the kings of the court when it comes to basketball.
Yeah, going back to the women's game. Yeah, maraming mga talented players ngayon sa women's basketball like Tiff. That's showcasing their talents right now, and hopefully magkaroon ng league. We have the WMPBL na.
Yes.
And how's that going in terms of you covering some of them, the WMPBL?
Actually, yung WMPBL, hindi pa ako nakakanood ng game dun mismo. Pero I would love to visit and meet and see some of the players. I have some friends playing there. So, actually, ini-invite nila ako pag may...
Sama tayo.
Yeah.
But based on your observation, in the past couple of years, again, what's missing? Ano yung meron? And what would it take for women's basketball to... I mean, they have a platform, but maybe to have a bigger platform for them to get the support that they truly deserve.
It's gonna be a challenge for the women's game kasi although the game has been around predominantly kasi yung male sport yung nabibigyan ng focus ngayon. Siguro they can do certain promotions, you know, pwede silang mag-tour yung WMPBL, go around different venues, you know, invite people to watch. Kasi feeling ko may may interest talaga eh. People are watching and people are sharing. Kita mo naman yung shot ni Tiff, di ba? I think 2 million views na yung game winner niya from yesterday. So
siguro pakatapos na to, naka 3-4 million na. You know, it's growing really quick.
Yeah, grabe talaga. So going back to Denise's question, siguro more promotion on the game, more activities to help women's basketball get recognized. And siguro it's our job as content creators also to showcase different kinds of basketball. Diba? Nung pandemic, I was posting, alam niyo yung Mindanao basketball?
Yes.
Yeah. Yung oo.
Tackle, parang rugby parang sport ko yan
From 3x3, ngayon women's naman, men. So it's siguro responsible to showcase different types of aspects of the game. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, because Philippines is known for different types of basketball Kagaya yung sinabi ko, talagang hawak na hawak yung kabantay mo before they even have the basketball. So what do you feature some of those yung mga street, what do you call it, street basketball doon?
Yeah, nung pandemic, every day I post about street basketball. Lalo na yung mga no blood, no foul na yung mga tumatambling
my
mga
kind
player.
of ball. Okay.
Sinihila talaga.
Oo.
Kasi Pinoy tayo Ewan ko, pero I'm enamored. I want to watch more basketball like that. Although I don't want to play that.
Delik tayo dyan.
Pero I love seeing physical basketball.
I think people enjoy that also. Kamusta yung mga reaction when you see, when you have those kinds of videos also?
Yeah.
Wherein ganong klaseng basketball yung na-highlight.
Parang automatic mag-viral.
Talaga?
Yeah, automatic mag-viral. So that's how Filipinos love the physical aspect of the game. Diba?
Okay, so when you, sorry Eric,
Go.
na-curious lang ako, how do you choose what you post now? Kunyari yan, alam mo yan, automatic na mag-viral, let's say yung medyo nagkapisikalan. Tapos dito merong, let's say, medyo mas sweet interaction between, let's say, a basketball fan or a basketball player. Paano mo pinipili yun ngayon?
Siguro when I started, parang intuition siya. Parang, okay. Parang okay to. Mag-viral to. Siguro, syempre, yung subject, yung player mismo, has something to do with it kung may star power siya or ano. Pero, at the end of the day, content creators should post what they like. Kasi that's how I started I posted content that I engage with. So, hoping that people will engage with it too. So, yun. Pero, aside from that, parang hanggang ngayon, intuition pa rin inaano ko Pero it's not foolproof. Like, sometimes, hindi pa rin siya, minsan hindi patok, minsan patok. You just have to, parang trial and error siya.
Keep posting.
I was gonna ask, what is your secret there? Like, syempre, there are times where you think, ito talagang viral to. But then when you post it, wala. How do you deal with that? Like, you just be consistent?
Yeah. You should be consistent and parang huwag kang ma-discourage kapag magpo-post ka and hindi siya hindi siya papatok.
Just keep on going, right?
Yeah, just keep on going. Yeah.
Kasi maraming, there's a lot of, like even with me, like I'm a basketball content creator too. There are times where like some of my highlight shots are good, and then some of the ones that I think talaga, ito na yun. And next thing you know, wala na masyado. But walang masyadong views. They really like the one when I'm like, most people would like the one that when I get into hindi naman fight. Pero yung pisikalan. Kasi they're the ones that, isang, anong sinasabi ng mga tao pag eruption, pag may bangga, giba, or something like that. Anong sinasabi?
Ang bumangga, giba.
Yeah. They would always say that to me.
Kasi naman parang kahit banggay kita, gigiba din ako dito.
But yeah, that transition, kasi I'm a professional rugby player, retired na. I remember when I started playing basketball and people would fake it if I bumped them. Kasi alam nila na talagang didiretso ako
Yeah.
So when I give them a little bump, they would flop.
Yeah.
And I got pissed. I get angry and I get frustrated. I go, hindi naman, isang pitik lang tapos, like all that sort of stuff. Don't tease me, guys. I'm a big LeBron fan. He's not, his name is not Le Flop, okay? But yeah, so like ngayon, I had to learn how to not, because in rugby, we run straight. Talagang,
Kaya,
bang!
I keep laughing because I can just imagine a feeling ng mga tao na kung ako
I'm
yun,
running,
as you're
right?
running towards me, hihiga na lang ako.
Yeah, they make iwas or whatever, right? But yeah, a lot of people do that. But now I had to learn how to sidestep. I had to Eurostep or spin move and all that sort of stuff. You know, because basketball was on my top of my list of sports. Pero rugby talaga yung nag-take over. But not ngayon, if you're gonna ask me what's my favorite sport now, it's basketball.
Yeah.
And I play it like almost daily. Kasi,
we were teammates sa TikTok event,
yeah,
diba?
exactly, right?
Yeah, buti na lang na teammate ko si Eric.
Imaginein mo,
Yeah.
ito babangga sa'yo.
Well, we had to do our best because we had our team was mixed, like super mixed, and it was tough. But you know, we had to do our best to carry the team, even though we lost. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
a lot of fun. Yeah. Until this day, I learned from mga posts. So if there are moves that we learn from, like for instance, Hoop Junkie or other platforms, that's the one way I learn. And then what I do is when I see it, I go to the court and I practice it.
Mm.
And that to me is cardio. That to me is I'm doing something what I love. So it's like 2-3 birds, you know, one stone.
Mm.
Kaya basketball's life, guys.
Yeah.
Keep balling. Right?
Sige, Eric.
Kaya kailangan bumalik ka rin.
Oo, kailangan
You have to
talaga.
focus.
Oo. I have to go back to playing. Yeah.
Yeah, kasi sayang skills mo rin eh.
Mm.
You know, people, do you ever get that when people like would trash talk you or something like that? Like, ito yung sinasabi mo, pero kaya mo bang gawin?
Walk the talk.
Oo. May story ako. So, one time, in-invite ako sa runs.
Saan? Sorry?
Sa mga runs, you know, pick up
pawis,
game, papawis.
pick-up.
Oh, sabi sa akin, bro, punta ka sa runs namin, ganyan. Tapos pagpunta ko doon, grabe. Talagang grabe yung bantay sa akin. As in, from Finul Court ako, pare.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah, Finul Court ako. And kala ko papawis lang to. Bakit parang sobrang seryoso nyo?
Gusto yung sumikat eh.
Oh.
Ganun talaga yung mga ganun.
Baka sila naman
Pakilala eh.
nag-video sa'yo.
Oh,
Oh.
baka may nagvi-video.
Oo.
No? Medyo naanoy ako. Pero, yeah, I should go back to playing. Kasi sayang din. Not getting younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in my 30s na. And, yeah, siguro, tama ka, Eric, eh. Parang hit 2 birds with one stone.
yeah.
Diba?
I totally recommend this because, it's my advice to people. Like people say, how do I lose weight? And I just say, what is a sport that you used to love or you used to like doing? And then they would say, oh, this or sport or swimming. I say, go back to it. You know why? It's because at one stage in your life, you were great at it. Just bring it back. How hard is it to relearn the skills that you used to have? You know, because if you go into something that's unknown territory, paano ka magsisimula? Gagastos ka sa coach, gagastos ka sa mga training lessons or anything like that. But it's your choice. But what I say is go back to what you love doing because you're already good at it. Or at one stage in your life, you were good at it. Bring it back. It's easy. They always say, run it back.
Kailan ka last na nag-volleyball?
Hoy, nag-volleyball ako last week. Pinasa nga ako eh.
Oh, nice.
Beach volleyball ako.
Talaga?
Tapos
was it?
na-realize ko, I can't run it back kasi that was 20 years ago. Hindi, kasi it's a different skill naman. Siyempre, you're jumping all the time with volleyball as compared to basketball na merong takbong mayaman. Diba? So volleyball, wala namang ganun. Okay, pero just to pick up from what Eric was mentioning earlier about the lessons he learned. Ikaw, in the past 7 years, just to maybe tie it all up, the past 7 years, ano yung pinakamalaking natutunan mo, I guess, as Pat, the Hoop Junkie, and as Hoop Junkie, the content creator?
Like, biggest lesson biggest lesson for me is hard work really pays off. Like, kasi I remember when I started talaga, I didn't have any connections sa industry. Wala akong connections to help me really, alam mo yun, para umangat yung page ko. I just grinded it out nung pandemic. Like, yun talaga yung ginawa ko eh. Every day, gising ako 6 a.m. Tutulog na ako mga 11 siguro. And you know, just consistently post, and parang it really helped me build. So parang may proof of work naman na if you really kung gusto mo yung isang bagay, you just have to go for it. Talaga.
That's really nice. And speaking of that, and to go along with Denise's question is, what is the future of Hoop Junkie? What do you see yourself in, or where do you see yourself in 5-10 years from now?
So in 5 to 10 years, hopefully I'm still making content, and hopefully mapalaki namin ni Jai Reyes yung league namin. So it's Asia Basket, and we named it Asia Basket. So hopefully we'll be able to stage international tournaments, invite teams from all around Asia.
Baka pwede naman yung Eruption squad ko dyan.
Oh, pwede. Pag-usapan natin yan.
Because I just started my own team, and it feels great to have my own team, and the players, they're so, they have this drive, hunger talaga. And I told them, hindi natin alam kung saan papunta to. Basta gawin natin yung training natin. Let's do our side hustles, meaning hindi lang pwede sa training ang training mo. You gotta do your after training, night, post training, morning training. Do your own, do your extras para mag-improve. And you never know, Eruption Squad will be the next biggest team here in the Philippines. We don't know.
Yeah.
Kaya yan yung payo ko rin sa kanila. So, Asia Basketball.
Yes, sir.
Eruption Squad might be there, bro. Let's go. Let's go. But okay, in closing, is there anything that you want to share to your followers? I like it how you say followers, not fans. But remember, you do have fans. People adore you. People look up to you because of what you've accomplished. What do you want to say to them, and also plug your socials?
Yeah. So to all my friends, my followers, thank you so much for supporting me all throughout these years. Sa lahat ng mga content na na-post ko, salamat sa pag-engage, and really from the bottom of my heart. I know it sounds cheesy, pero thank you so much, guys. And yung social media platforms ko pala, it's at Hoop Junkie. So it's on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
All right. And in closing, who is your GOAT? Besides Wallace.
You know what? It's very interesting kasi for me, there's an NBA GOAT, and there's a GOAT na he's the greatest to hold the basketball. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Okay. So my NBA GOAT is MJ, Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kasi he accomplished so much. Marami siyang, he won a lot of championships, and parang really undisputed yung ginawa niya nung 90s. And yung stats for that time that he did it, yung 13-year career niya proves it. Pero for me, the greatest to hold a basketball is LeBron James. So siya talaga.
Bawi ka.
My man. No, you have a great point.
Yeah.
You have a great point, bro. And I respect that. We probably grew up with Michael Jordan. Every shot in primary school, Jordan, everything like that. But then, iba si LeBron.
Yeah, iba.
He did something unique and different. He's broken all the records. Despite the fact that he doesn't have 6 championships like Michael Jordan and undisputed, as you said. I can go on, but patapos na tayo. Okay, let's go. Pat, thank you so much, guys. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Maraming salamat. Thank you for your time, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bago sumabak sa mas matinding usapan, easy lang. Nasa Clutch Talks pa rin tayo with Eruption and Denise Tan. Powered by Sports Plus, the official gaming partner of the Philippine Olympic Committee. Kaya for more content like this, visit sportsplus.ph.
Okay.
I don't know where to start. That was a great conversation once again with Pat, and what blows my mind is how he started, just by sharing content from his friends or from just normal people out there, followers, NBA, and then now he is what he is today. Like he is known. Like pag may taga bisita na about basketball, that's Cole Hoop Junkie, you know what I mean? So I'm just really, really proud of him.
Yeah, I mean, just starting out with, not really having any goal. Sabi niya, diba? He didn't really want anything out of it. He just wanted to share highlights. And he would share highlights of Filipino basketball players, NBA players. But now, the great thing about it is pati yung mga hindi nabibigyan ng atensyon in the past, like high school players, women's basketball, not just
and some of them ngayon, they're in Gilas na.
exactly, diba?
So that's amazing that he, just like as you said, with no actual end goal. What am I gonna do? I'm just gonna create content. I'm gonna re-edit content, and just to see if it goes viral or not, and how he can actually help. I love that how he always said, so like one of his biggest highlights is giving back
yes.
to those players, from whether from grassroots to those that are just young kids and now in the Gilas team. I think it's just beautiful.
And to think, I mean, he's been invited to play with some NBA players. He was there in a World Cup. He was just in China with Steph Curry. But you really see the character of Pat, no? Na yun nga, highlight is really trying to help these athletes get the attention and, more importantly, the support that they deserve.
And sometimes you may be skillful, but people will never see it until you one day you'll see you'll pop up on the feed and say, "Ay, grabe ang galing na tong batang to. Sino to? Sino to?" And the next, the scouters will scout them. So this is also just not only a platform, but also a roadmap for some people out there that haven't been discovered. And it just makes agents so much easier, to scout people because of people like Pat, who've created, such a great platform. And it's always good vibes then. Hoop Junkie, right?
Oh. And again, we have to remember, what he said. It didn't take him a lot, just his phone camera. His phone camera, a lot of dedication, a lot of time. He was saying, di ba, meron siyang schedule, like several times a day where he would post consistently.
Ang sabi niya parang 9, 12, 3, 6, 9. Parang every 3 hours, dapat may naka-scheduled post.
Oo. And he would plan it the day prior. So talaga hindi to yung basta-basta na parang doom scrolling lang. This is all planned. And
Trabaho.
Trabaho talaga. Oo.
And I think, in closing, I think the best thing that we love about Pat is that perfect example of someone loving something and turning it into something that's credible, but not only credible, but profitable at the same time. I'm sure that he's able to work in a way to support his family in something that he loves doing.
Pursue your passion. Yun
That's
lang yun.
right. And keep going. LeBron is.
Hey!
Okay. Sorry. Next time.
Clutch sa court, clutch sa life, at clutch sa kwento. Lahat niyan meron dito sa Clutch Talks. Kaya mag-subscribe na rin sa ating channel para hindi mahuli sa usapan. For more content like this, huwag rin kalimutang sumali sa ating official Facebook group. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of the platform. This podcast may contain mature themes and discussions. For full content and updates, visit sportsplus.ph. Gambling can be addictive. Know when to stop. For 21 years old and above only.